Some adults don't overreact. They don't have anger issues. They don't care too much. They are surviving something that started years ago. There are people who look completely functional on the outside. They go to work. They laugh at jokes. They maintain relationships. But inside, their nervous system has never truly stood down. It has never fully believed that the world is safe. Childhood trauma does not disappear when childhood ends. It doesn't pack up and quietly leave when someone turns 18. It adapts. It grows with you. It reshapes the way you think, the way you trust, the way you love, and the way you defend yourself. And most of the time, the person carrying it doesn't even realize how much of their adult behavior was built in response to what they once had to survive. A child cannot escape their environment. When home feels unpredictable, when emotions feel unsafe, when love feels conditional, the brain learns quickly. It studies tone. It memorizes footsteps. It pays attention to silence. It becomes alert to the smallest shift in mood. This is not weakness. It is adaptation. The developing mind is wired for survival, and survival becomes the priority over everything else. Over time, this heightened awareness turns into hypervigilance. As adults, these individuals may feel anxious in calm environments because calm once meant tension building beneath the surface. They may struggle to relax, always expecting something to go wrong. Their body learned long ago that peace was temporary. Trauma also shapes the way a person sees themselves. Children naturally assume that whatever happens around them, somehow about them. If love was inconsistent, they may grow up believing they are hard to love. If they were criticized constantly, they may develop an inner voice that never stops judging. If they had to be the strong one too early, they may struggle to ask for help as adults. Strength becomes armor. Independence becomes protection. But beneath that armor is often a deep fear of being a burden, of being too much or not enough. Relationships are where childhood trauma quietly speaks the loudest. Some adults cling tightly, terrified of abandonment, needing constant reassurance because stability once felt fragile. Others keep emotional distance, uncomfortable with closeness, because vulnerability once led to pain. Both reactions come from the same root, the nervous system trying to prevent old wounds from reopening. Conflict may feel overwhelming, not because the disagreement is severe, but because raised voices once meant danger. Silence may feel threatening, not because something is wrong, but because silence once preceded emotional withdrawal or punishment. These reactions are not immaturity. They are protective patterns formed when protection was necessary. Control is another common thread. A child raised in chaos often becomes an adult who craves structure, planning everything, double-checking everything, struggling when plans change. Control creates predictability, and predictability creates safety. On the other hand, some respond to early control by rejecting it entirely, resisting authority, struggling with boundaries, or feeling trapped easily. Both behaviors are attempts to reclaim power that once felt absent. Trauma is not only about what happened, it is about how powerless someone felt while it was happening. Emotion regulation is deeply affected as well. When a child grows up without healthy modeling of how to process feelings, emotions can feel overwhelming or confusing later in life. Anger might surface quickly because it was never safe to express it before. Sadness might feel unbearable because it was dismissed in the past. Some adults numb themselves, disconnecting from their emotions to avoid being flooded by them. Others feel everything intensely, struggling to find balance. The nervous system remembers what the mind tries to forget. Yet, it's important to understand something deeper. The traits developed through trauma are not signs of damage alone. Many adults who endured difficult childhoods are incredibly empathetic. They can read a room instantly. They are resilient. They are resourceful. They know how to endure. The same adaptations that once protected them often become strengths. The problem arises when survival mode never turns off, when the threat is gone, but the body still reacts as if it's present. Healing does not mean pretending the past didn't happen. It means recognizing that certain behaviors were once necessary, but may no longer be. It means learning that safety can exist without constant scanning. It means understanding that needing reassurance does not make someone weak, and setting boundaries does not make someone selfish. The brain is capable of change. The nervous system can learn new patterns. But the first step is awareness. Many adults walk through life believing their reactions are personality flaws. They call themselves too sensitive, too distant, too intense, or too guarded. Rarely do they pause and ask where those patterns began. Childhood trauma does not define a person's future, but it does leave fingerprints on adult behavior. And those fingerprints are not signs of failure. They are evidence of survival. The child who once had to be strong is still there. The difference is the adult now has choices the child did not. And sometimes, understanding that is the beginning of finally stepping out of survival mode and into something that feels like peace.